Good evening. Thank you for watching ABC4 News at 7 on the CW30. I'm Jordan Burrows in for Courtney Johns. Tonight we start the show with our top 7 stories at 7 p.m. We begin with day 2 of the January 6th public hearings. Today the committee says even before the election and without proof of voting irregularities, former President Donald Trump started planting seeds of distrust. They say this compelled his supporters to attack the Capitol on January 6th. Testimony from Republican witnesses say they told Trump there was no evidence of widespread election fraud, with even Trump-appointed judges reaching that same conclusion. Committee members say from election night on, Trump aligned himself with only those who told him what he wanted to hear.
Followed the course recommended by an apparently inebriated Rudy Giuliani to just claim he won.
The big lie was also a big ripoff.
The committee also presented evidence showing the former president defrauded his supporters by receiving $250 million in donations for a so-called election defense fund. According to the committee, the fund never existed, and instead of using the donations for election-related matters, the Trump campaign used the money on other things like Trump's hotels. Local lawmakers are sharing their thoughts about the January 6th committee hearings. The second day of proceedings wrapped up earlier today. We heard from State Senator Todd Weiler and State Representative Brian King. Both tell ABC4 if there is evidence of any criminal wrongdoing from former President Donald Trump, he needs to be held accountable. Weiler, a Republican, says serious crimes were committed on January 6, 2021 by hundreds of people. He says the hearing is sensationalized and the committee is politicized. Meanwhile, King, a Democrat, says the committee needs to bring forward the facts and findings. He says it's up to the American people to make their own judgments. Here's what they both said when we asked them their thoughts on the hearings.
I think that this primetime hearing is more about the midterm elections and trying to distract people from high gas prices, a lack of baby formula, and all of the other struggles that Americans are dealing with.
This is a country that was founded on the idea that we want to allow for a constitutional framework that gives people an opportunity to live with consistency and to have a peaceful transition of power from one chief executive to another.
Day 3 of the committee hearings is back on Wednesday. 6 Utahns are in jail tonight for their alleged involvement with a white supremacy hate group. They were arrested near a Pride event in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. According to police, these 6 Utahns and 25 other members were associated with Patriot Front, a white supremacist group. Police say they had shields, shin guards, and other riot gear, including at least one smoke grenade. Someone called police reporting they saw what looked like, quote, a little army loading into the vehicle in the parking lot of a hotel. The Utah Pride Center says it's concerning to see a rise of crimes that target marginalized groups.
We need to be more loving and more collaborative and more focused on our purpose and achieving them. And we are not alone as states, and we are not alone within our community.
The group members were charged with criminal conspiracy and are scheduled to be arraigned today. Now to an update on a shooting at a Springville Walmart parking lot. Police have identified the suspect as Jonathan Hamilton. Police say on Friday before 11 in the evening, they received a 911 call about a man firing a gun into the air. Police say when they arrived, Hamilton crashed into them. Springville police say as the officer was exiting his vehicle, Hamilton was within a few steps away, coming at the officer with a knife. Arresting documents say that officer shot him. Police and first responders tried to save his life, but Hamilton died at the scene. Police determined the 911 call came from Hamilton. An investigation is ongoing. We're learning that Cowabunga Bay is closed indefinitely. The water park in Draper shared the news on Facebook over the weekend, saying a fire caused severe damage. No details have been released on how the fire started or when the park will reopen.
A lot of the rafters have been charred, burnt up. Luckily, it's over a certain area of our facility, so all over our family restrooms. So we're hoping that we can shut those down, repair them, and still be able to open and operate as soon as we can.
The phone lines are also down due to the fire, so any questions should be emailed to info@cowabungabay.com. In Sandy, police are asking for your help in finding a suspect accused of luring kids into his car. Authorities say this man was seen trying to get children into his car in Sandy. once on June 6th and again on June 9th. Both incidents happened near the area of 1100 to 114th Southeast of 700 East. The suspect was seen driving a silver-colored Volkswagen Tiguan SUV. If you have any details, call police at the phone number at the bottom of your screen. That's 801-799-3000. Two men from Illinois are sitting in the Iron County Jail tonight. They're accused of trying to smuggle a 7-year-old girl across the country. Utah Highway Patrol pulled over a car for having illegally tinted windows on I-15 in Cedar City. Troopers saw the little girl in the back seat and asked the two men in the car about her. One suspect said it was his daughter, but he couldn't prove it. Police say eventually both men admitted they'd been paid to smuggle her to another state. Police say the little girl is currently in custody with DCFS. The suspects face aggravated human smuggling charges. Still ahead, working on a deal. Here are the gun control steps a bipartisan group of lawmakers are laying out to prevent more mass shootings. And as we head into the break, you're taking a live look towards downtown Salt Lake City on our doTERRA camera. Alana Brophy has your full weather forecast when we come back.